A man sat at a kitchen table with nothing but an idea and a debt he owed his wife. The amount was small enough to fit in an envelope. What grew from it would reshape an entire nation's future. The Bhagavad Gita speaks of action without attachment to outcome. Not recklessness, not blind leaping, but a deep, steady willingness to begin, even when the ground beneath you is uncertain. The Stoics called this the discipline of action. You control the effort, never the result. Both traditions agree on one quiet truth. The seed does not wait for a guarantee of rain before it breaks open. Narayana Murthy borrowed the equivalent of $250 from his wife, Sudha. With 6 colleagues, he founded Infosys in 1981. The early years were not a story of momentum. They were a story of patience, of offices in a small apartment, of waiting months for a single computer import license. The world did not open its doors quickly, but Murthy and his co-founders kept showing up, kept working, kept believing that the quality of the effort mattered more than the speed of the reward. Sudha's loan was not just money, it was trust made tangible. The cup still warm in someone else's hands, passed across the table without conditions. 3 things live inside this story, worth carrying with you. First, the size of the beginning does not determine the size of the destination. A river does not apologize for starting as a trickle in the hills. Second, the people who believe in you before the world does, they are not a footnote. They are the foundation. Sudha's trust was the first capital. Everything else was built on top of it. Third, the ancient teaching on detachment is not about caring less. It is about working fully, without letting fear of failure become the reason you never start. Murthy did not wait until the conditions were perfect. He began with what he had, where he was. Here is the practice. Think of one thing you have been postponing because the resources feel too small or the outcome feels uncertain. Write it down. Then write the single smallest action you could take this week. Not the whole plan. Just the first step. The Gita does not ask you to see the entire path. It asks you to take the next step with full attention. If this brought you a moment of stillness, subscribe and walk this path with us. The empire was always inside the envelope. It just needed someone willing to open it.